Most Requested.
You know, with Glenn taking a small hiatus from the music, which I know, and I wasn't even bothered with that because I know he had been grinding on the grind for so long, and you know, sometimes you run out of energy before you run out of physicality. So you know, it's just like riding a Lexus with a mileage of 300,000 miles, and a little rust around the corner, but
you know, as a human being, you still have that heart, but at the same time, you understand that what you give to others, you also give to yourself.
Nice guy. Some people used to try to run over him. I used to be like, G-Boy, you gonna have to boss up, man.
A lot of growth.
But he done came a long way.
G-Boy used to complain. He used to complain like, you know, why people weren't really rocking with him.
If I was to say you ever had a weakness to me back then, it was that your heart was too big. And what I mean by your heart was too big is, you know,
trying to help other people, you know, before you help yourself. You know, you trying to take care of everybody knows around you, with you, and you got to take care of yourself first.
A lot of times good people will allow themselves to be in positions where they're taken advantage of because of the goodness that's in their heart, because you're not thinking about any of that. You don't even care about this stuff.
You know, like self-preservation is first, that's number one rule. But, you know, being a person, you know what I'm saying, who got so much love for family, friends, and all that, it was always, you know what I'm saying, about team, you know what I'm saying, you know, and I guess that's where the team, you know what I'm saying, in the name his company come from, you know what I'm saying, you know, because he was worried about the team more than just himself, you know what I'm saying, if he gonna make it, everybody's gonna make it.
Easy to get sidetracked or to feel uncool or feel like, man, you lame as hell, you doing that, and that was the big thing back then when we was in school. You be not trying to be a fucking lame, you know what I'm saying? So you want to do whatever you can to impress this girl or to impress your guys, just so you don't look like you fucking not cool.
I definitely watched you grow, man, from when you first started to now, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But that's what happened when you stay on your shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. You can't do nothing but grow. But if I sat there and I tap the same tap every day, I mean, this bitch tapping like a motherfucker. It's like I tap all day long, like I got it now. You know what I'm saying? It's like with anything, driving. I mean, anything you do, you do it enough, you gonna get better, man. You stay on your shit and your craft, and you really serious about that shit. You can't do nothing but get better.
G-Boy do a whole bunch of different shit than he used to be. Man, he used to be 10 years ago. Even to me, nigga, or his family, or that nigga, the way he speak to you is different. Because that nigga went through some trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying? And that'll do it to anybody. And it'll change it'll change.
This guy from him being, this nigga used to call his name Selvig, and he rap fast. He just had the whole Ludacris joint going. That was one of his idols and shit. That shit was wild. Man, a lot of people, man, used to, you know what I'm saying, tear him down. You know what I'm saying, like that shit garbage or whatever. You know what I'm saying, you know how motherfuckers is, you know, people you think that's your friends and they trying to be funny, but low key they don't understand that, you know what I'm saying, the seriousness he had behind what he had his mind made. Like,
change the way you are. Some heartache, you know, some pain, some shit you want, you can't get.
Much. You know, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, make sure you're straight before you can make sure anybody else straight. You know, so it's like a gift and a curse.
Yeah. G-Boy used to complain. He used to complain like, you know, why people weren't really rocking with him like that, for real. But over the time, I kind of, you know, even though I kept in contact with him, I've noticed his flaws, which to me really wasn't flaws. I just looked at it like he was still young when I met him.
Like every young black man, we get into music and we try to find our way. And you know, the first at bat is typically behind the mic, and that's mainly because that's the role that gives back. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so once you start doing music, it's a drug of its own. You know what I mean? It's a lot of our first time, you know, being complimented for things that we do, and you know.
Because that was back in, I don't know, maybe 2009, 2010, maybe, I don't know. It was a while ago, so he was like a shorty, you know, he was still young. So I knew he had to, you know, brushing up on whatever it was that was a flaw anyway. But over the time, even though I wasn't talking to him like on a regular, you know, the internet make you keep, you know, that a certain type of contact with people to see what they're doing, and I just started noticing work.
His desire to succeed as an artist, I wouldn't say that it's a flaw, you know what I'm saying? I just think that, you know, he got such strong drive that it, you know what I'm saying, it probably could be more profitable placed in, you know, on other lanes.
You know, I noticed his YouTube subscribers was getting big as hell. I noticed he was doing music, or he was affiliated with certain people who was buzzing. I'm like, okay, I see him, he working, you know, and I thought that was pretty dope. So they weren't really flaws to me. It was just growth. He just grew as time progressed.
And I've seen him in recent years, you know, be able to tap into a few other lanes, whether it be even getting behind the camera, and, you know, whether it was getting behind the board, or, you know, starting engineers on music, producers on music, build his own websites. And, you know, as he became the CEO of the Most Requested brand, I'm sure he's learned a lot. And, you know, being able to place those desires, you know what I'm saying, on other projects that have I guess a higher chance of success in regards to all.
I don't know, man. He brought out the best of me in those times, and I'm sure I brought out the best of him, because, man, we countless times talking like that and going to shows, man. I had his back. I wasn't just like a fan, you know what I'm saying, of his music, because I seen the growth. I seen the growth from the Selvig, and I seen the, before it was a GMI, or, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, a whole label, like, you know, get money regardless. I was there, man. The first shows and all that shit, man. I saw a lot, man. I saw a lot of growth, and it's amazing to see that, man. That the passion that a motherfucker can have about something they want so bad, bro. And it's actually, man. How could I say it? I think it's a blessing to be around people like that, man. You don't meet people like that every day.
Game changes. We changing the game, you dig? What up, man? It's your boy GBoy MostRequested, man. We up here at the HBC Festival, man. Look, I ain't got no drugs on me, man, but I'm most definitely got promo, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We in the mix, man. You know what I'm saying? Team GMR, we in the mix, man. It's like cake. If you ain't in the mix, they can't taste you, man. You gotta be in the mix, man. Team GMR, we out here.
He helped us get through our days on some cool shit. One of the coolest motherfuckers I know. Like, I don't even know him by GBoy MostRequested. I know him as, I call him Maxwell. Since we was kids in the neighborhood, running around bad as hell. At the same time, shit, like we linked in grammar school. Shit, he was official shit. He helped us get through our days, shit. But you know, he might want to go back to Selvig GBoy. You know, like I said, this shit go back far.
Because that's family. So, you know, since a kid, you know, watching him come up, you know what I'm saying, having a love for music, a real passion for music, you know what I'm saying. So I have to say just
Yeah, Slick Production. I had like a bunch of producers, and I had like a bunch of artists, but they started getting like a little too comfortable and a little bit too lazy, and I started getting kind of discouraged a little bit.
And it was around that time I felt like it was time for me to start doing some music videos, you feel me? So I reached out to a couple people, and motherfucker recommended this dude named GBoy MostRequested, which I didn't know who that was at that time, you feel me?
So I was kind of like in the verge of looking for fresh talent, and bumped into GBoy, and we just clicked.
How did I meet GBoy, man? We got where he from, I spent a lot of time in that area growing up. and over east, man, like way over east, like Commercial, Buffalo, Green Bay over east, and he was always, you know, a self-motivated entrepreneur in the music industry.
So he started like we started doing the covers, and we started doing the tapes, and basically we was mixing with the industry artists, with a couple like his songs, and a couple of local artists, you know, that was kind of known around the city like that, and we started heating bangers.
Kind of look creative, crafty little dude, you know. So I started, you know, barking with him, and I had stepped inside his world, you know. He real particular about like a lot of shit, like, you see what I'm saying? Crafty, know how to do everything, man, you see what I'm saying?
GBoy was doing a bunch of remixes. He was doing, you know, just trying to kill everybody's song. We was just trying to get, you know, we was just trying to get some attention, really. So we did the Remix Kings with DJ Sean.
And had a chance to, you know, get into it with the music, but more importantly, like get into it with the person. So like, even during like the mid-2000s, you know what I'm saying, we would cross paths and talk about music.
Drake people had hit me up online, and they locked my pages, talking about copyright infringements and stuff like that. So now the game don't change, cause they figured out they losing money because they getting paid, like artists get paid for streaming and stuff now. So that kind of discouraged me a little bit, and I just I stopped the mixtape game.
He would come to me for advice, you know, with things in the field, but I always felt like he was much more of he was a better businessman than he was a musician to me, and you know, I would say how I met him, it would just had to be, you know what I'm saying, through a friend of a friend, you know what I'm saying, but you know, the respect and relationship has stuck ever since, you know, we shook hands.
We was promoting a show, because we used to do showcases too, and one night, I got ambushed, got shot, and we had the show, like I guess it was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the show, and GBoy came to the hospital to see me, and he's like, man, Slick, what you need me to do? I was like, man, I said, the show gotta go on. You're gonna have to take over. You're gonna have to hold it down, bro, because I'm not, I'm not, I can't move around and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to take charge, and you're gonna have to run it until I could get up and running.
2013, and my homie Vag, they was doing it, you know, they had linked up, they was doing their little music thing. Basically, I wasn't even rapping at the time. I was looking at them like, damn, I'm probably like promoting, trying to get some manager shit going on, but that didn't work out. But ran to G, and then I seen G like, yeah,
man, he held it down though, and the show turned out good. We had a nice crowd though, but that's when GBoy really bossed up, like. And he held it down, and I won't forget that.
Everything's been like that since day one. Like I think, like late 2013 to now, like going 6 years strong. He off and on, G be missing sometimes, so I be missing too. But
at the time he was doing this shit called 16 bars. That was the first. Matter of fact, that was the first thing I got into was the 16 bars. That was before the video was the 16 bars. So I got into it with the 16 bars, right? And I really can't remember off the top like how I got introduced to him with the 16 bars, but I got introduced with the 16 bars, and he like, yeah, man, GBoy MostRequested, he doing this thing, woo woo. Motherfucker need to get in tune with that. So
because I started fucking with GBoy, man, when I was like first getting my feet wet. Like I said, I was talking about that Wild Biz thing. I had the label, man. I cut the label off because everybody was. I'm holding a ton of motherfuckers' hands. All these niggas, I'm holding hands. Ain't nobody really stepping up and doing shit, so I had to let that shit go. And I had two artists who was really working at the time. And that was That was Chasing and Jeffro, man. My boy Fro. Shout out to my boy Fro, man.
I never forget. Staying on 71st and Jeffrey. You feel me? So yeah, I was doing my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting my mixtapes together. Going, like I said, to Rich Rail Studio or whatever. And I'm gonna get some video shot. But before I got to the video, I got introduced to GBoy MostRequested with the 16 bars. So I wasn't even charging for the 16 bars. You feel me? He was just like, if you nice, let me record you. So that was love. He didn't charge me nothing.
Me and my homies, we was rolling. We was called Black Gang. We was over east, like Gastonia Ave, 67, 69. And you know, GMI, they was like in the same area at the time. Well, not exactly the same area. Like really vague was running around where we was at. GBoy was kind of a little further east over there. Like, they call that shit, that South Sea. Yeah, that South Sea, he was over there. So
with him, gave him my mixtape. And once I found out who he was, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga out here. Like, this nigga damn near finna get signed and everything, you feel me? Like, I'm just starting. He way ahead. So,
you know, GBoy MostRequested, he's really family. You know, I've known his family for more than 20 years, I believe.
I remember GBoy doing shows in big venues and smaller venues. I remember when we began doing the 300 minutes of hip hop and R&B over on the near west side with DJ Sean T, Jamal Smalls.
Like, it's like we had linked up with like really the connection to Vague was, you know, doing his thing, rapping, and then he was like hanging with Black Gang, so he had kind of collided both of them, GMI with Black Gang. So, you know, it was like what they call affiliates. Yeah, we was affiliates.
16 bars with the little freestyle. I had dreads and shit a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So we did that. That was love, and you know, we kind of had bonded. I gave him my mixtape. So I get up with him. We do the 16 bars. I spit my freestyle. I see me on the little video. I'm like, man, bro. So I think if I can recall, I don't know if I did the 16 bars again, but I remember chopping it up. Matter of fact, I did do the 16 bars again. So we did it again. I said, you know, what you got going on? Like, so he shot. I said, man, I need one of my videos shot. He like, yeah, I got you. Paid him, got one of my videos shot, and then from there I was going hard with him getting my video shot. But I said, what you got going on, bro? Like, you know what I mean? He like, man, I got I got my own record label and shit like that going on. Woo woo. So I told him, I said, man, won't you let me get down with you? And you know, I ain't cat. Turned me down, like, I got shit going on, I'm doing my own thing, you know, woo, woo. So I understood that. I'm like, cool, woo, woo, well, but damn, man, it's all good. That's love, that's love, that's love, that's love. You feel me?
Over the years, I can remember times when, you know, we would have many deep conversations on what, you know, what it means to be a person, or on just what life is about, what's the meaning of life, why are we here, you know, what is our purpose in life.
You do your thing, I salute. So he kept doing his thing, I kept doing my thing, but he was my only video man at that time, paying him and everything. I had my little crew starting to get behind me or whatever the case may be. So I want to say like after 2 or 3 videos, I chopped it up with him again. You know what I'm saying? Plus he already had heard my mixtape and he had let me know like, boy, I fuck with you raw. You know what I'm saying? But right now I got some shit going on and I respected that. But anyway, make a long story short, after the 2-3 videos, after I hollered at him, you know, we got to chopping it up, he hollered at me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I fuck with you, man. You know, and I kind of threw it back in his book, like, man, what's up, man? He like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So, you know, he have a lot of ambition. He always had. He gonna do what he gonna do, regardless. It might take him a long time, but he's gonna do it. That's just the type of person he is.
He never went away. That nigga always was. He was like a rash on your arm. You know what I'm saying? He never went away. Like, yeah. No matter what medicine you put on him, Nigga ain't go away. I watch G-Boy, on some real shit, I watch G-Boy put a lot of niggas on that niggas know. And niggas don't know who he is due to him putting other niggas on.
I met G-Boy in Elgin, Illinois. It was some type of showcase going on. And we performed or whatever, we did our thing, you know. And of course we rocked. Actually, we met him at the Crucial Conflict show. And I performed. And Jeffro wasn't even a part of Wild Biz at this time, but he's still hype man for me. That's what a lot of people didn't even know. He's still hype man for me. And when we did the show, rocked it. And G-Boy came up to me and was like, man, bro, you dope, woo, woo. And where you from? And he told me how he met Raheem, because I wanted to know how he ended up in doing a show in Elgin. Now, at that time, I lived in Elgin, even though I'm from Chicago. And I was just wondering, like, how the hell you end up getting a show out here in Elgin? And he was telling me how he met Raheem over the internet and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, that's pretty dope. So we swapped info, and it was pretty much, it was love from there. It was like, it was funny though, because he stuttered a lot, and I couldn't really understand what the fuck he was saying. But I rocked with him because he was grinding, and the fact that he brought his brother, I remember he had a few people with him, his brother, a couple friends, and he did his little thing, and then we pretty much rocked from there. He was like family from there.
Okay, it was a point where, you know, G, he ain't really, I guess, had nowhere to really go, you know what I'm saying? So I had a crib, so of course he was welcome. So I used to go to work, leave him there, you know what I'm saying, make sure he was good, you know what I'm saying, had food, whatever he wanted. And I go to work, come back home, he's still there. It was cool, it was like family shit, so I didn't really look at it like that, you know what I'm saying?
I'll never leave him out there to drive by himself, you know what I'm saying? And I know he will not either. G-Boy brothers, they won't do the same thing. We family, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And niggas or bitches can't get in between us. That's just what it is.
He started rapping. He's making his own beats and rapping on his beats and shit. And that shit just got better and better.
When you guys were rapping and making beats, you know, way back, years ago.
Then bro looking like shit. I gotta shoot my. I gotta be seen. Bro started shooting his own fucking videos, man. That look how that shit be looking at. Like real shit. I watched you, bro. You started off
years ago. You know, I remember you guys used to suck. You know, but you kept at it, and you owned your craft, and then you know, y'all beast. You and Barry.
He has what it takes to be the next major artist to pop out of Chicago.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody start off with the cheesy market, but everybody gonna start off with the cheese ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be getting over ham all the time. Like, go to ham, it's a little cheese ball with the bread, bro. But now you making toast, you giving niggas that suck. You making spaghetti and meatballs now. Ain't no more of that cheese, but motherfucker making some real good shit, bro. Like real shit, bro. Just stepped it up. Now it's like, nigga, I'm asking them like, bro, I need you to shoot my videos and shit like that. Real shit. Everybody asking.
Not just that you don't have just that street edge and that generous aspect, but you have something that you don't see too often. You have something that's unique and that's rare.
Bro got the look. He just stepped his game up. You know what I'm saying? His name doing what it's supposed to do. You know, so that shit's supposed to happen, bro. When you staying on your shit. You know what I'm saying? On everything. G-Boy, he definitely stepped up, bro. I'm proud of him. Real shit.
Like when you do music for a long length of time, you need to like grow with the world, really. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't know how to grow. You know what I'm saying? But G, he know how to change with the time. So you don't get stuck in a certain time frame, you know, in music. And so a lot of people that they get like that. So
anybody would wish the most for their kids. But you know, I know one day Glenn's gonna get his dream, the dream that he's going for, because he's been doing this for so long. But you know, you just pray and hope for the best for your child, you know, and I just hope and pray that, you know, he get everything that he's looking for.
Young man's game, as they say. So you gotta like maneuver, you know, in the game like with time. So he been doing a good job at that. So you know, I've been noticing that shit. So you know, like if you don't grow, you get left behind, really.
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't believe in him when he was coming up a long time ago with the music and stuff like that. But then once I started actually getting into his music and getting into his videos and stuff like that, I kind of saying, okay, and then I started seeing his stuff on Channel 19 and I found out telling my friends, hey, look at my son gonna be on 19, Channel 19, and you know, looking at his videos and just seeing his potential that he have. And I know that this is something that he's not gonna never stop until he not here no more.
With GBoy, he's done his work. He's been working. I mean, we've spent times in other cities and at the A3C, you know, where we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people sitting in the room, you know, who came to support. Where, you know, in New York, where we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, you know, in the room because we need the support.
Well, I was like really down about how am I going to make money doing this, you know. I'm not making anything. I can't support myself. And then I remember one day you messaged me out of the blue and asked, you had this camera or something, and you asked me if I wanted it because I couldn't afford to buy a camera at the time. And that it was just like, you know what, this dude, we've never met. Like, that's the weird thing, is we've never met in person, and he believes in me that much that he's offering up this camera like that. So that's what really, you know, just put me back on path. And it's like, okay, it doesn't matter if I make money at this point. Like, I just got to keep doing it.
Just to be a part of this phenomenon of 300 minutes of hip hop and meeting the other artists, and you know, somebody had to give him a ride. I remember one night I gave him a ride and I told him, I said, GBoy, you know, I'm gonna drive to, you know, I'll drive and, you know, I'll drop you off, you're gonna jump out the car. And I said, I'm gonna give you the cue when to jump. And this was 2:30 in the morning. I said, I took off and I was dust. I didn't know when GBoy jumped out the car.
I kind of fell off the music scene for a minute, but he just kept going. But you know, I kept on. We kept in touch. We kept talking, and you know, we just started really clicking back because I've been seeing some of the stuff he was, some of the music, some of the new stuff he was coming out with. And I'm like, damn, GBoy, he going hard. He's switching his whole flow up, and I'm like, man, I got to be part of this because I really believe like it's gonna be the one. This gonna be the one.
And you know, with a project, if you know how construction workers and big companies work, they lay out the project before they start doing the project.
I could give you the cliche, work hard, and you know, obviously, work hard is you can work hard and fail. You can be the hardest working motherfucker out here and not make it. So I ain't gonna save you that lot.
And you know, I mean, you have to set your eyes on a stone at a time. So, you know, you'll say, the Grammy is down the road. I'm gonna work just to get to, I'm gonna take one footstep, nomination. But you have to do this thing like a project.
Hella hard work, man, and grind, man. You gotta work your shit, man. You know, the music game just like the drug game. That's why it's a lot of motherfuckers who be fucking with the drugs getting to the rap game. It's the same shit, just different product.
Getting a big loan is typically what most artists think that they made by making it. You know, traveling the world and performing music. I think that a lot of musicians may need to come to grips with the simplicity of that.
You have to learn what the business is so that you can survive.
Do your homework. You know what I'm So it's a lot that come with it, you know, and having the right people around you definitely helps too, which is real rare to find people that you know gonna be the right people. You know, just trust your gut though.
To me, I know like to make it in this industry, you really need like finances and really rubbing shoulders with people who are already in the industry. But it really take a lot of money to back, especially if you're independent and you're trying to get in the game, you gotta rub shoulders.
And basically a renaissance man, if you will, a jack of all trades. You know, maybe not even a master of any, but you have to be versatile, be able to maneuver and work within the different aspects of the music industry and the music business.
You was a nigga out here selling your weed, your coke and all that shit. You gotta get out here and get on you gotta put that footwork in so motherfuckers know you got that shit. Then you gotta show me you got that good shit so your shit can bust. The same thing like rapping, man. You can't go in here and be doing no one little ass song that shit go bust and everybody ain't gonna like your shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna like your shit when you first let them hear it, no way.
It starts with one, coming to grips with what make it means to you. And make it is such a vague term, you know what I mean? Because the vast majority of the people that we consider made it, or we consider on, you know what I mean, they would tell you themselves that they're not.
You know, from not just being an artist, but being an artist, being a producer, maybe a publisher, you know, writing your own songs, to you know, being able to negotiate in deals, as well as it taking the character, the artist development, because that's very important.
I think in order to make it in this industry, you need people that believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers be dick riders. If I tell somebody that go listen to bro shit, motherfuckers go rock your shit hard and like that, and then you come to them like, man, bro, fuck with me, check me out. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really grind your shit out, man. You gotta work, man. There's niggas out here dropping videos every week. You wondering why they getting on and getting signed. They working, bro. Even if the music ain't that good.
Paying an engineer who hot right now, or you know, trying to shoot a video or do a single with an artist that hot, all that shit take money. Everybody want to get paid, man. To make it though in the industry, I think that money count. It's like 10 middlemans in every decision, like that money count, that marketing. That's one thing like a lot of artists don't do is like put money behind the marketing, like getting the music out there.
That's what it means to me personally is, you know, being able to afford time, you know, and do what I want with my time. I got half of it figured out. I control my time. I use it how I choose to use it.
Stick to your guns. Bet on yourself. You know what I mean? You know, don't depend on other people. You know, don't never second guess yourself. You know what I mean? Just stay with it. You know, nothing happens overnight.
So if I got people around me that fuck with me and believe in what I'm doing, they will go hard without me telling them to do it. You know what I'm saying? So let me be an artist sometimes. You know, sometimes people want you to be a manager, artist, A&R, all that shit at the same time. You can't be that creative. So sometimes you gotta let the artist be creative, and you can just do shit for the artist without really asking. Just do it.
You might have to turn to an internet person because everybody might not be there for you. You might not have no team. One of you ain't got no team, you dolo. You gotta put this, you gonna have to do some work. You know what I mean? Or be smart with the computer. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to use the internet. Do some of the things Lil Nas X did. Pay attention to some of these people's stories. Don't just feel like you know the game. Study, read. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's everything is in your face, bro. Like you could just YouTube whatever it is you want to know, or Google whatever it is you want to know. I guarantee you're gonna figure it out if you really want to do this. If you don't really want to do it, you're not gonna do nothing that I'm talking about, because you're just talking. You know what I'm saying? You're just talking.
Important. You have to realize this is entertainment. So if you're going to do this, then you have to develop the artist, develop the skills that you're putting out.
Shit, you only invest in videos and shit, and beats and shit, but if you going crazy, you really ain't gotta pay for none of that shit, cause you gonna help somebody else move to the top.
It's commitment to yourself regardless of what other motherfuckers think about you, or how motherfuckers feel about your music. It's a lot of motherfuckers that Me personally, I say shit, nigga, that shit trash. And these motherfuckers still make it. And motherfuckers fuck with them. It's because they got a big fan base and motherfuckers can relate to that fucking shit that they putting out. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody thinks that, you know, you see these hip hop artists that, you know, just come with this, you know, so they try to get that #1 hit song and everybody feel like it was just overnight success. You know what I'm saying? It's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have to grind for years and years and put the time and work, you know what I'm saying, in, you know, but you just gotta stay with it, you know, and you gotta believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Never give up on your dreams. You know what I'm saying? If you really believe that this is it, this is what you want to do with your life, you know, stick with it. Work at it. You know what I'm saying? You know, learn your craft.
Like, no cap, and I ain't trying to be funny or nothing like that. Like, I think maybe just investing in the label of Team GMI Get Money Regardless, it had to be close to maybe 50,000. Like, no, and I ain't even trying to be funny. Maybe 50, 60,000.
It's just about like your craft and how you pursue this shit. If this what you for real about, keep going crazy with this shit.
Producing shit. I bought so much bullshit equipment, man. I don't know, I probably spent like good $7,500 on bullshit equipment. Cause I don't know what I'm doing. I had people who was around me who really was fucking with this music shit, man. They wouldn't show me this shit, like that Chicago mentality shit I'm talking about. Niggas won't, they show you a little bit, but not too much so you won't turn up on their ass or go past them, you know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of knowledge motherfuckers would not put you in tune with, man. Like, we ain't had no good old heads with the music, like, man, go do this, do that. And then you look around, motherfuckers getting deals left and right out this bitch. We ain't had it. We still ain't got that.
I don't think people understand the money that me and GBoy MostRequested, just me and GBoy MostRequested have lost trying to make it to a certain spot, from promotion to features, to let niggas know we them niggas, to breaking down certain barriers that niggas didn't even want us to the circles niggas didn't even want us to get in, and we keeping it going, saying, look, we in here.
Game changes. We changing the game, you dig?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Keep your head up to the sky. Young man, don't forget to look 'em in the eye. Hey, guard your every side. Watch your close friends, those the ones up in the sky. Every day, never follow, be a leader. Motherfucker, going back.